Breaking news. A new storm is brewing in Los Angeles, and it's not the weather. The Chargers have just uncovered a secret weapon. Coaches are buzzing, the locker room is fired up, and fans? They're about to witness something special. Who is this game changer? Why is everyone talking about him? Stick around, because what you're about to hear might just redefine the future of the Chargers. But wait. Before we dive into the latest from the Chargers, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on the biggest updates from the world of NFL football. Let's get into it. The Los Angeles Chargers coaching staff can't stop talking about one player, Aronda Gadston. And no, this isn't just another rookie hype train. This guy is different. Standing tall at 6 feet 5 inches and weighing 235 pounds, Gadston has the size of a tight end, but moves like a wide receiver. That rare blend of strength and speed is exactly why coaches are calling him an athletic freak. Jim Harbaugh has been especially impressed. According to him, Gadston brings a fierce competitive spirit that's showing up every single day on the field. He's not just talented, he's hungry. Now, while blocking might not have been his main role in college, don't let that fool you. This guy racked up nearly 900 receiving yards in back-to-back seasons, whether lined up as a wideout or tight end, and he averaged over 6 touchdowns per season. That's production you can't ignore. Harbaugh loves the edge he brings. Tough, relentless, smart. And now, he's in a Chargers uniform. Let's talk about what really makes Aronda Gadston stand out, and why the Chargers may have pulled off one of the biggest steals of the draft. Every catch this guy makes looks like a highlight. Tight coverage? Doesn't matter. Sideline grabs? He's got them. Middle of the field? He owns it. His catch radius is huge, and his route tree, it's not just deep, it's dangerous. Here's the real story. With no clear second option behind Ladd McConkey just yet, the Chargers are hoping Quentin Johnston steps up this season. But now, with Gadston in the mix, they've quietly added a new weapon who could silently become a star. And here's where things get interesting. Gadston wasn't picked early. He didn't make headlines on draft night, but that's exactly why this move was so smart. While some teams were chasing names in the top 10, the Chargers waited and got incredible value later in the draft. Think about this. Would you rather have a flashy top 10 tight end who hasn't even practiced due to injury, or a fifth-rounder like Gadston who's already turning heads in workouts? This is what separates the great teams from the rest. It's not just about talent, it's about timing, strategy, and finding playmakers when others aren't looking. The Chargers didn't just draft a tight end, they might have just found the X factor in their offense. What's happening inside the Chargers front office right now feels different, and in all the right ways. While some teams panic, trade up, and take risky swings in the draft, the Chargers are moving with calm precision. No chaos, no noise, just smart, strategic moves, every single round. It's a philosophy that feels familiar. Why? Because it mirrors what the Baltimore Ravens have done so well for years. Build through the draft, stay patient, and trust the board. Now, the Chargers have brought in one of Baltimore's key minds, and the results are already showing. This year's draft told us everything we needed to know. The Chargers didn't chase headlines. They didn't scramble to climb the board. They didn't reach. Instead, they sat tight, watched the board unfold, and when it was their turn, they simply picked the best player available. Again and again. No drama, no desperate moves. Take last year, for example. When the Chargers had a top 5 pick, they took who they needed, Joe Alt. Then came Ladd McConkey. No last-minute trades, no confusion, just smart, confident drafting. This year, same story. They didn't go after injury risks. They didn't gamble on potential. They went with value, readiness, and upside, especially at tight end, where other teams made bold, some might say questionable, choices. One team even drafted a player with a major shoulder injury in the top 10, not the Chargers. Instead, they stayed cool. They trusted their process. And now, they've built a roster that's starting to look not just good, but built to last. This isn't luck. It's the beginning of a new era in Los Angeles. Let's be honest. Every draft has its surprises. But this year, one decision by the Chargers might just prove to be one of the smartest moves of the offseason. While other teams made bold picks early, including some head-scratching ones, the Chargers played it differently. They waited, watched, and when their moment came, they snatched up Aronda Gadston, a player who might turn out to be the most underrated weapon in this entire class. And here's what's wild. Some teams reached high in the draft for tight ends. One even spent a top 10 pick on a player who, while talented, didn't dominate college defenses the way you'd expect from that kind of selection. Meanwhile, Gadston was still sitting there late in the draft, overlooked by many, but clearly not by the Chargers. That's the kind of move that builds a dynasty, not just a team. Now, let's be clear. Gadston isn't a flashy name just yet, but what he does on the field? Quietly explosive. You can see it in drills. Fluid movement, strong hands, and this calm confidence that screams future star. Even if he's just going through the basics, there's something there, something special, and he's not the only one stepping up. Joe Alt, solid as a rock, a cornerstone on that offensive line. Deshaun Hand, thrust into a starting role with injuries piling up, and he's answering the call. This is what depth looks like. This is how a team responds under pressure. But if you told me I could only choose one player from this rookie class to bet on, I'd put it all on Aronda Gadston. Tight ends like him don't come around often. Size, hands, versatility, he has it. Think of the greats. Think of what it means to have a reliable, dominant tight end in today's game. The matchup nightmare, the third down safety valve, the red zone finisher. That's what Gadston could become for Los Angeles. And if he hits that level, the AFC had better start paying attention. One of the most dangerous things a tight end can do? Keep a defense guessing. And that's exactly what Aronda Gadston gives the Chargers. With a player like Gadston on the field, the opposing defense can't relax. They're stuck in their base formation because they simply don't know what's coming next. Is it a run? Is it a pass? Gadston can line up on the line, move into the backfield, go in motion, or sneak out into the flat. He can chip block, release downfield, or even fake a block before turning into a passing target. That kind of versatility makes him more than just a tight end. It makes him a chess piece in an offense designed to confuse and punish. And under Jim Harbaugh, this kind of creativity is only going to thrive. Say what you will about Harbaugh's personality. He's intense, unpredictable, sometimes quirky. But when it comes to football, he sees things others don't. He doesn't just want athletes. He wants players who can shape the identity of a team. Players who create mismatches and force defenses to adjust. Gadston is that kind of player. Look around the league. The top tight ends are no longer just big bodies for blocking. They're dynamic threats who can stretch the field and wreck game plans. Sure, you've got the aging legends like Travis Kelce, still sharp but nearing the twilight of his career. Then there are rising stars like Trey McBride and Sam Laporta, changing how we think about the position. And now, Gadston could be part of that next wave. No, he's not known for his blocking, not yet. But neither was Isaiah Likely early on. Gadston brings that same get open, make plays, break things open kind of energy. That raw ability, that spark. The Chargers didn't just get a good tight end. They may have found the type of player who turns matchups into mismatches and moments into momentum. And if Gadston lives up to that potential, this offense becomes a whole lot more dangerous.